Alright, guys. Hi, it is Missy Toro here, and I'm back with another reading. Guys, I just posted a reading about Normani, so check that one out if you like. Today I'm gonna do a reading on Nicki Minaj. I heard she got done with her Pink Friday 2 tour. I think that's what it's called. I guess it's called Gag City or something like that. I don't know. Child, I do not know. I don't be paying attention. But I just want to do a reading on her. I think the only reading I ever did on her is when her husband was like threatening Cardi B and Offset, and he had his friends outside talk about where you at, we're gonna get your girl and we're gonna drag her by her hair, this, that, and the third, all types of stuff. So yeah, let's get into this reading. I don't know. I just want to pick up on Nicki's energy, see how she feels, what's coming up for her. Because the rap girlies they're getting better. They're getting some spotlight, some shine. I just want to know what's gonna be upcoming for Nicki, because I don't know. After this album and tour, I don't think she really needs to put out another album. I think that's kind of unnecessary for her to put out another album. I know the Barb's child. Before y'all even start, this girl she needs to focus on her family, her marriage, her personal life. I know she wants to be active with everybody, see what's going on, talk to the fans. I know she does like a little podcast thing or whatever, a little radio thing, and she talks to the fans and they talk to her. I understand it, I get it, but I feel like now she's at a point where what else can you do? What else can you possibly do? I don't know I'm not telling her she's not able to do anything else, but I'm just saying I don't know what else could you possibly do. I mean, even Beyonce, I feel like the same thing with Beyonce. After this next album she drops, I feel like she should just let it be, let it go. Like I'm being so serious. I feel like she should just rest. Calm down, rest, focus on the kids, focus on what the hell's coming up for her and Jay. And that's how I feel about Nicki. Sometimes it's best to just, you don't have to keep pushing yourself. You are hitting an age now where it's you don't have to keep doing it. You can live life, okay? You can live life a bit, okay? You don't have to do everything all at once. You don't have to do all that. But let's get to this reading, okay? I'm using 2 decks, so I'm sorry, guys. I forgot to list the deck of cards that I am using in the last video, but the tarot deck that I'm using is called Angel Tarot cards. Yeah, that's what they're called. I forgot who it's by, but yeah, they're called Angel Tarot cards. It's a blue deck, and they have like a angel on the card that has wings and a halo. Yeah. And then the next deck of cards I'm using, this is oracle cards. What was this one? What the hell is this one? Oh, child, it's Work Your Light Oracle Cards by Rebecca Campbell. So yeah, we're gonna use this to catch the vibe of Nicki and see what's going on with her. Right? So what's the oracle message for Nicki Minaj? What does she needs to hear for this oracle message? We're gonna start it off. What oracle message for her? Okay, the crumbling. What are you clinging on to? get grounded. Empaths, highly sensitives connect with nature. Inner temple, devotion, tune in to the portal of your heart. And then the last card is the pillar of light. Your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. Bottom of the deck, we have Star Mother. How can you mother yourself? So from these cards so far, the crumbling, I feel like she's experiencing, because the card looks like the Tower card. I'm not going to cap. It does look like the Tower card, and it's asking, what are you clinging on to? So I feel like there's something that's going on with her that she needs to let go of in order for her to keep moving forward. I don't know if it's like her, it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy how the first thing that popped up in my mind is like her wearing like the outfits, like the pink hair and like the, her aesthetic that she had in the early of her career. That nostalgia aesthetic of her wearing pink, having different hairstyles, wild hairstyles, wild outfits, her having different personas. Yeah. I don't know if that's what it is. It could be that. I feel like she's living in a time where it's like she keeps thinking about the past. She keeps thinking about the past a lot, to the point where it's like it's becoming like, we need to bring this back. We need to do it this way. This is how it's supposed to be. I'm a queen for a reason. I'm here for this reason because this is what made me have impact. And it's like, it's giving a nostalgia type of vibe. And it's like, girl, it's time to move forward. What is the new era that you have for yourself? And what do you want the world to see? I feel like there was a moment that she needed to show who Onika was and not Nicki, if that makes sense. This kind of makes me want to cry a bit. It feels like, oh Lord, I don't know. It just feels like she's stuck on this path of, I got to keep this up because this is what I'm known for and this is why people love me. And it's like, girl, you don't have to do that. You can move into an era of, is it crazy to say this? Because she's been a mom for like how many years now? Because how old is Papa Bear? Isn't he like 3 or 4 years old? I'm assuming. I don't know how old he is. I'm just assuming. I feel like it's more of that. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's time for her to start showing that off a little bit more about her motherhood and how it's been for her. I feel like there's someone that's holding her back. Like, she's just stuck. And it's like, you have the gates wide open for you to a new path, to a new light, and you're stuck in this mode. It's kind of makes me sad because it's like, what could be holding her back? I know some people are like, her husband's holding her back. Girl, before he even came in the picture, a lot of mess was happening before. So it's not only just him, it's just there's something else that's there. And I feel like Nicki had lost herself at one point. And it's okay to admit that. It's okay. And now it's just time to I gotta show these girls who really the queen is. It's like, it's time to let that go. These new girlies do not care. They could care less about any of that at this point in time. And it's like, I feel like she wants an apology. There's some type of need here. Get grounded. Empaths, highly sensitive, connect with nature. I feel like honestly, truly, someone has been speaking to her. Maybe it's one of her guardian angels, you know, someone in the spirit realm that's close to her. It's probably been trying to speak to her, and she needs to meditate a little bit more. I feel like there's too much noise around her, too much noise, too much things happening all at once around her. It's time to get focused. I wouldn't be surprised if it's time for her to travel, maybe leave the States for a bit. I know she's already been traveling because of touring, but I'm talking about fuck the tour. Like, actually take like a vacation, get away, take your son somewhere. Don't invite your man, don't invite him. I don't even think he's allowed to go certain places or whatever the case may be. You don't want that all over the internet of attempting to go on a vacation with you, and then this, that, and the third. Girl, leave the trouble at home. Just go for a vacation. Just go take your son with you and just travel and just sit and be with nature, and just, I feel like she'll find so much peace if she does that. I could just see her like maybe going to like an island or some sort and just having peaceful time alone. I feel like she deserves that. I feel like there's too much. When someone starts ranting and they start acting an ass on the internet, it's because there's something that's going on behind closed doors that's making them go kind of cuckoo, and they're letting it out on everybody else. I feel like that's what's happening with Nicki, but in a way where it's like, girl, escape, girly, focus, inner temple, devotion, tune into the portal of your heart. Yeah, there's some type of self-love that needs to happen with her. I feel like there is some type of neglect on her end regards to her own self. That could happen. As you get older, you start to feel less confident within yourself. And then you have the pillar of light. Your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. Yeah, I think there's some... Stop the music, baby. Stop the music for a bit. Stop the music. I would be so shocked if she just takes some time and actually vlog herself and make that into something special, into like a special, like, a special project for her fans to see, for people to see that she is a normal person. She's a human just like everyone else. She just has her moments where she just can't tolerate the nonsense. She can't tolerate people picking on her. She can't tolerate people accusing her of doing drugs. She can't tolerate people constantly bringing up that her husband has a criminal past and this, that, and the third. Like, she can't deal with all of that all at once, and it sucks because now she has a child and people are bringing up him. It's like, oh, you're not going to tell us his name? That's weird. Does he even know his real name? I just know it's going to get kind of a little iffy when he gets older, because I just know if they're already pulling these stunts now of constantly digging and digging and digging and digging, just imagine when he gets older and he has to deal with that, media saying, your father did this, your mom was doing this, and if I was Nicki, I would just get away from everybody. Fuck the ranting, fuck the yelling. I can't do any of that. I couldn't deal with that. I couldn't deal with that. Mm-mm. But I will say, yeah, I will say it's just time to just get away. I feel like she's gonna have a moment where I'm not gonna say she's gonna have a terror moment right away, but there is some type of crash out she might have behind closed doors that we probably won't know about. But it would just be something only people close to her would know. All right, so let's get into the tarot deck. Let's see. What is the energy surrounding Nicki Minaj? The Chariot, the World card, Two of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups reverse, then we have the Tower card reverse, then we have the King of Cups, then we have the Queen of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, we have the Death card. Okay. So the Chariot with the Queen of Cups. Yeah, like I said before, it feels like a crash out moment. This is energy of her, like, kind of crashing out in a way, kind of losing her mind in a way. Because the Chariot talks about, striving for something, and you would do anything to get your way. Even that means pushing people out the way, or, cussing somebody out just to prove a point. And with the Queen of Cups reverse, that could talk about a woman potentially not really being as caring as much. That could be someone that's just emotionally unstable, in my own opinion, per se. Just saying. Because, like, even with the other cards, like I just said before, like the Star Mother, it talks about how can you mother yourself. So, like I said, there's this energy here that she hasn't been fully here and focusing on herself. She's been focusing on everything else but herself. And that's making her crash out a little bit. So yeah, like, it's just a big issue that she has right now, is just having to worry about whether she could trust anybody or if she can even trust herself. She's just having a moment of just feeling unconfident. We might not see it as an audience, but I'm pretty sure people close to her probably seen her kind of lose it a little bit. The World card with the Tower card reverse. So it seems like an ongoing pattern of her having to handle a moment of things not working out in her favor. But this seems more like a personal growth. So, like I said, back to the card, the crumbling. Like I said, I immediately imagined, immediately pictured her with pink hair, bangs, like a very loud type of outfit, if that makes sense. And it's just like a continuously pattern of like, girl, you don't need to do that anymore. You don't have to bring out all the different types of fucking wigs of every type of color. You don't have to continue the pattern of something that already you've done before. It's time for a change. Go back to an era that you didn't really fully complete. I feel like she needs to go back to her soft girl era when she came out with her natural hair and, just being more like herself, her everyday to go to self. I feel like she'll be more satisfied with that being the new era, but more in, I'm an adult with a child and I'm married, so this is how my life is now. I can't be the way how I used to be, even though it was fun. Now it's it doesn't seem right. You know how, like, even with Little Kim, I know somebody like, not y'all bringing up Little Kim, da 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 da. Even with Little Kim, it was the same thing with her. When she came out, and then she had her era where she was dressing the way she wanted, just trying to be creative in a way. And then she ended up stopped doing that, and then she went back to her soft girl type of era, and then she continued that because, once you hit a certain age, it's like, okay, we get it. Now it's time for you to be in that mode of, this is who I am now. That's how I was before, but this is how I am now. Because I'm older now. I'm not going to be doing all of that how I used to. But I could show you this version of me now. Same thing with Beyonce. She had her moment where it was just always the leotards and all this and the third. Now it's like, girl, I ain't putting on no leotard. Girl, I'm putting on a dress. I'm coming out with a dress. I'm changing things up. I'm changing the way I look. In a way, I'm giving more. I'm 40 years old. I'm not 20 anymore. I'm 40. And I'm changing up my attitude. I'm changing up my style and how it's more elegant. It's more age appropriate. I'm not saying Nicki, what she's doing is not age appropriate. I'm saying it's good to have this Pink Friday 2. I feel like with Pink Friday 2, it should have been worked around a little bit different, where it gave nostalgia of her Pink Friday album, but more of, this is Nicki today. I'm not saying they missed the mark with that. Regardless, her fans enjoyed it, she enjoyed it, and that's all that really matters. But I feel like there is a moment here now that is like, okay, girl, you can't keep letting this pass. You have to focus on this problem, because if not, it's going to cause a bigger delay in whatever you have going on. So it's time for that change to happen. Two of Pentacles with the King of Cups. Yeah, there is this energy of balancing things out. I don't know if it's just with her husband or just in general. This could just represent the people around her, but there's this need of having to balance out her work life and her everyday life. Because now we have the Queen of Pentacles here. It's more of like, I'm focused on my money. I'm focused on my craft right now. Don't stop me now. And it's like, girl, you have to hold on a bit, because you losing focus on what really matters. And that's you. All right. What is the energy surrounding her and her husband, Kenneth? Is that his name? Yeah, Kenneth. Now, the girlies was dragging me the last time I brought up his name. They was like, no, da-da-da-da-da. Offset was doing this, that, and that. I'm like, oh my gosh, stop. Let me tell y'all something. You guys do not have the right paragraphs to prove a point. Okay, y'all do not have the right paragraphs or anything. Who was writing paragraphs? I know there's people that was writing paragraphs in that Offset, Cardi B, Nicki Minaj video. There was people writing paragraphs in the Taylor Swift video. I'm like, y'all do not need to do that. There is no need to write paragraphs and essays about a celebrity. Calm down. It's okay. Calm down. Damn, it's never that serious, babes. It is never that serious. But what is the energy surrounding Kenneth? I called him Kenny. Is that a nickname she gives him? I don't know. But Kenneth and Nicki Minaj. You know, what's the energy surrounding their marriage? I think today is their anniversary or something. I think I just saw that on the Shade Room. Now, I'm like the rest of y'all, because before I was uploading tarot readings, I was watching my own, not my personal tarot readings, but other tarot readers. And I remember this one tarot reader that I've been following for years. I remember she predicted that those two weren't going to be together, or they were going to be like divorced or something. I don't know when that was. Like, damn, was that like 3 years ago? 2 years ago? Yeah. So yeah, it was about like, yeah, I think it was like 2 years ago when she was like, oh yeah, like I could see them getting a divorce. Honestly, truly, do I feel like they're gonna get a divorce? I don't think so. I feel like that would be kind of, I don't know. Let's just ask. What's the energy surrounding Nicki Minaj and Kenneth regarding their marriage, child? I don't know. Okay, we have the Ten of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, the Sun card, the Emperor, the Five of Wands, Knight of Wands, and then we have the High Priestess. On the deck at the Moon card. So the Ten of Pentacles with the Emperor, I feel like they're having a good family dynamic right now. He's stepping up. I feel like he's being more active and being more in the front instead of in the back of who's in charge of everything. Because, you know, with her being on tour, he's being more helpful in regards to handling, you know, their child and making sure everything is set in stone where everyone's okay. With the Ace of Wands, with the Five of Wands, I feel like there is some type of, I'm not too sure if they really wanted another child or they're trying for another child. I don't know if she just wants one child or more. But there could be obstacles regarding that. But if not, maybe it's just her wanting to maybe release another project of some sort. And he's just like, no, like this was already enough. Like, this is already enough, child. You on tour back to back. This tour is good. We can sit back and relax. And I feel like there's some type of argument that's here. Some type of, what are you doing? We're not doing that. Sit down, relax. And she's like, no, I got to get this done. And he's like, you're overworking yourself. We need to worry about what's going on here. And she's like, yeah, that will be fixed later. It's, you know, marriage problems. The Sun with the Knight of Fire. Once again, I would not, if there's a chance that she wants to have more kids, there is an opportunity for that. There is an opportunity. But I feel like their marriage is still going to progress in a way. There is some type of, you know, feel for them to keep progressing. But like I said, there is some type of issue that is lingering around here. I feel like it has something to do with her overworking herself. But they're going to fix it. There is some energy of fixing. And then we have the High Priestess that's here. Listen to your intuition. Have patience. Yeah. They're having patience with one another. But even with the Ace of Wands, like, I don't know. This could go either or. I'm not going to say somebody's going to come out and say, oh, I've been with Kenneth this time or third. I don't think so. I don't think that would ever be the case. If so, I'll gag. I would gag so hard. But, yeah, I feel like it's more like a business opportunity. And I'm pretty sure his energy's like, no, ma'am. Sit down. This energy of sit down. It's time to sit down. All right. What is upcoming? What's coming up for Nicki Minaj? What's coming up for her regards to the end of the year? You know, because we're getting close to that time. What's coming up for her? We have the Seven of Wands. Oh, Lord. Wait a minute. The Five of Pentacles. Page of Fire. Seven of Cups. Three of Wands. Ace of Pentacles. The Hermit. Yeah, like I told you, she needs to stay away. Like, there's something that's coming up for her, and it's gonna cause her to go MIA. Like, she needs to stay out the way. She needs to stay out the way. I don't know if she's gonna get into another argument with someone. There might be some type of energy of... There's energy of illusion. Like, how can I say this? Being in denial about something, and it makes her look bad. There is some... It feels... When I saw the Seven of Wands, I immediately thought argument. Even though it doesn't represent an argument, it represents someone defending themselves and defending their mindset and their beliefs. So it's kind of crazy because throughout this whole entire reading, it talks about her clinging on to something, and she keeps clinging on to it because that's what she lives by, and that's what she's sticking with because that's what she knows. But in this reading, it's like, girl, let that go. Like, her higher ancestors and stuff like that, all together, it's just, they're just all saying, let it go. Stop clinging on to this one thing. Let it go, because now you're making a fool out of yourself. I don't know what it is. I personally, like I said before, I feel like it's her aesthetic and how she's going about this. I feel like someone in her team has told her this, or maybe a close friend had probably said it to her, like, maybe you should go a different route. Like, yeah, we like the old Nicki, but when they say old Nicki, they're not talking about Pink Friday and Roman Reloaded. We're talking about mixtape Nicki. Why don't you go back to her? Why don't you go that route? And then she's like, I'm sticking with what I know is best. You're not going to tell me what to do. You're not me. I'm going to do what I want to do. How about you focus on on your fucking life and focus on what really matters to you? I'm doing what I want to do because this is what works for me. It's like this. It sounds like a big argument, and it's like a big debate. Like, why would I need to change who I am? I'm sticking with this because I can, because this is what works. And it's like, girl, I feel like she's gonna see it with something else. There's doesn't she have like a shoe collection or something that's coming out or whatever? I don't know. It's something about it, something in general that's not working that she's clinging on to. From what I've seen, like I said before someone starts, oh, no, you don't know what you're talking about. This is what I'm personally seeing through my own eyes, that it's probably more of how she's marketing herself in this day and age. So you can say it works. I mean, look at her tour, look at her album sales, it works. Yeah, because she has a loyal fan base. Now, if she wants to grow her fan base 10 times more, don't you think it's time for a new direction in a way where it represents her now and not in the past? I feel like her fans are helping with this, with her clinging on to the past, because they're clinging on to the past. And the fans that she used to have, now that they're older, they're saying, we're older now, we're mature now, we want you to do the same. But since you're not doing the same that we're asking for, we're no longer fans. But the rest of them are still your fans because they're still in that same mentality that you have currently. See, this is all coming together. I feel like this year is gonna make or break every celebrity. Make or break. 5 of Pentacles with the 3 of Wands. Like I said, there is some type of project she's trying to do, or some type of like I'll just leave it at that, a certain project that she's working on, but it's not working in her favor because of the fact that she's doing the same routine. You gotta switch it up, baby. You gotta switch it up. You gotta switch it up quickly. I feel like everybody has their day. Everyone has their day where they become some type of irrelevant, okay? So either you make yourself very consistent with what you're doing and listen, or you end up being one of those people that just fall off because, it's time. Which is not always a bad thing. Girl, you got money. You are successful. You got your awards. You got your plaques. You got everything. You don't need to keep doing. It feels like I'm repeating myself with these celebrities that I'm reading on. Y'all don't have to overwork yourselves. Y'all do not have to do this. Who are you trying to prove? Sit down. It's okay to sit down. Damn. Oh, y'all making me lose patience for y'all. I'm sorry. Page of Wands with the Ace of Earth, which is the Ace of Pentacles. Page of Wands with the Ace of Pentacles, child. Eventually, she's going to have new stuff coming out. Like I said, I do see her putting out another project, but she needs to switch it up. After the Pink Friday 2, if she's going to go like nostalgia type vibe, I really feel like she should go back to her mixtape days and pull that out the bag. Gag the girls. Gag them really bad. And take your time, Nicki. Take your time and release it when you feel like it. Don't release it because somebody else was releasing their shit and then you're like, oh, let me release my shit to prove a point. Don't do that. Stop it. Him. And the Hermit card, girl. Take some time to yourself. I feel like she's going to get all her answers that she needs when she's by herself. Yeah, I don't see her and her husband getting a divorce anytime soon. I don't know what the fuck that was about. Maybe it was just in that moment, but I don't see them getting a divorce anytime soon. I don't see that happening. If that were to happen, I would gag, but I don't see that. I feel like he's been acting a little bit better now that the touring and stuff like that, he's been acting a little bit better. So yeah, this is the ending of this reading.